Hello, everybody.
Hello.
There's going to be two of us tonight, and we're going to start doing a later show for Hey Boo. If
Yep.
anyone has been following us or watching it, we're going to be doing it at 6 p.m. instead of the regular time because it works out better for everybody and for when I'll be out of town on the weekend. For drills and stuff, I'll be able to be back in case for some reason someone else can't launch it, then I can. Hey, Irene, how are you? So tonight, me and Jackie are going to be talking about folklore stories, Yuletide, like myths and stuff about monsters and things that would be made up to kind of keep kids being good all year or being good and getting rewarded on Christmas night if they were good all year, or some things that are actually kind of creepy and spooky that would happen on Christmas night if the kids haven't been good. All kinds of different traditions from like Austria, Australia, Japan, um, Catalonia, different places, and then actually, Jackie has looked up a story of a family murder case or whatever on Christmas. You want to tell us about that one first?
It's called the Lawson Family Murders. While there have been many killings on Christmas over the years of various size and motives, there's a specific one that is particularly gruesome on Christmas Day in 1929. The Lawson family went into town to have a family portrait done. The family then headed back home. When they got back to the house, Charlie Lawson shot and killed all but one of his family members.
Wow.
He just he just took up a gun and started shooting the family. He killed his wife and his daughters and every member of his family except for his oldest son, who was out getting errands at the time. Eventually, he shot himself. The lack of known motives and the suddenness of it all, as well as the holiday timing, kept this m- m-
It's
massive
a, I was going to say,
what
you can skip that word, I'm sure.
as one of the histories as one of that history still remembers.
And that was in what year? Was it 60 something?
1929.
Well, 1920. Oh, that was a longer time ago than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel like I've heard about that before, but I feel like there's another one I've heard about too, where like someone dressed up as Santa Claus and killed people or something like that.
He was I read something about that too. He was a gardener or something, and he used to dress up as Santa Claus at a store, and he murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah, I think that's probably the
Mhm.
one that I heard about because I know they were in a Santa Claus suit or whatever, and that they did murder quite a few people. I think. Yeah. If anyone else has anything that they want to share that's like their tradition where they're from, or some kind of tradition that their family told them about when they were younger to try to keep them being good all year, feel free to share it in the comments. We did do some research over different places like Wales, Italy, Iceland, Austria, Australia, and like some traditional stories from the past or folklore. I don't know if they're current day practices. It'd be cool enough that they
Oh
were.
wow!
That'd be awesome. But
He
some
wait a
different
minute.
ones.
He was a landscaper who also worked as Santa Claus in a shopping center during Christmas. He had he had his sickening crimes revealed after he was arrested last January. The 67-year-old was intentionally charged with the murder of two men, but a police investigation led him to deaths of six others spanning from 2010 to 2017.
Oh wow! So he was
So that
still
was
killing. He was still killing people. That's crazy. And that was like, well, it's
He,
2010 to 2017. That's like 7 years it took them to find him at least. So,
most of the killings were people that was from his neighborhood.
yeah. That must have been what made them suspect him or something because he was still alive. And if people were like repeatedly passing away from his neighborhood, that would be kind of weird if it wasn't some kind of, like natural cause or something like, some kind of thing
He
that
killed
happened in the neighborhood.
he killed his victims, and it is believed he staged their dead bodies, which involved posing the body in a certain position for photographing them.
He must have been a twisted Santa that thought that everybody was naughty.
7 of the men were found scattered in planters around the property,
Oh my
with the
God.
remains of the 8 victims discovered in a ravine behind the same property.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So they were there all those years and nobody knew.
Nope.
He must have been a hermit. Like he didn't have a lot of people come over or whatever.
He there's a picture of him. I mean, I can't put it, but let me see. Ooh. You see him?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He don't look like he'd be a hermit.
He just looks like an everyday person
Yep.
that you see anywhere at the grocery store or whatever. That's
Yep.
crazy. I wonder what his motive was, like why he did it, like what made him want to do that to them people specifically, or if he had one, or he just randomly got his victims. If it was random, and obviously you said they were mostly from the neighborhood, so he probably didn't leave his neighborhood very often. So he'd see somebody out watering their lawn and be like, "My next victim." Ho ho ho! Hey
Nobody
Adam.
could believe it was him because he looked like Santa Claus.
Yeah, he does kind of have a white beard. Did
Wow.
it say what his name was?
Okay, let me see if I can. It says right underneath his name, Bruce MacArthur.
Yeah, Bruce McArthur. I might have to look that up sometime.
Okay, wait a minute. He was accused of sexually assaulting, killing, and dismembering men he met in the village district.
Huh. So he liked dudes. That's why a lot of the victims were dudes, I guess, instead of women.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm sure he had some kind of strange motive that went back to his childhood or whatever to make him have a fixation with it, posing them, taking their photos, and choosing males as most of his victims or all of his victims.
Yep.
Hmm. Well,
He was a
one,
serial killer Santa Claus.
yeah, that's what I knew that there was some called like the serial killer Santa Claus. That's what I was looking for the other day, and I knew it was like serial killer Santa Claus or the Santa Claus killer or something like that.
Yeah.
But not like somebody that killed a Santa Claus, somebody that was a Santa Claus that killed people. Irene said if a family member passed away, they don't celebrate New Year's. Yeah, I was reading that y'all don't celebrate Christmas in Japan, Irene. That back in the 70s they actually had a tradition that's kind of different, where KFC would promote like Colonel Sanders as Santa Claus because he has the white beard, and that a lot of people would go to KFC and get fried chicken to celebrate Christmas.
Fried
And
chicken?
yeah,
Wow.
like a bucket of fried chicken, and then that actually it said, what was it?
Wow.
They traditionally tucked into buckets of fried chicken on Christmas Day. Yeah, instead of doing your normal like or your traditions that we do here. That's what they did in Japan in the 70s anyways. I don't know if they still do that, but that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. And there was a cool picture of Colonel Sanders with a Santa Claus hat on and a Santa suit, like a statue of him sitting
Hmm.
in a KFC with that on. It was kind of neat. It's like deep fried Christmas. Kentucky Fried Christmas. Hey, KFC, Kentucky Fried Christmas. And hey, Crystal. So yeah, and some of the other traditions that people like practice in Mexico, they do radish carving, where they actually make like elaborate sculptures out of radishes. They carve into like an octopus or like an animal or a person or whatever. Um, in Wales, Mary Lwyd Wales, they enjoy parading an undead horse to celebrate the happiest time of year.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a cool picture with that one too. It was really neat. Like its eyes were Christmas little tiny Christmas balls that you hang on a tree, and it looked like a skull of a horse, maybe the whole cadaver of the horse, but the head had a Santa Claus hat on, and it had the Christmas balls you hang on like a small tree for his
Mhm.
eyes, little green balls for his eyes. In Iceland, you have the Yule Lads story, which is, I think, where the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came from, because they all have different names, just like the dwarves. How there's grumpy and sleepy and all of those and bashful, but their names are different and they do different things than the dwarves did. But I could see Disney turning some kind of twisted, crazy story into something that they could market uh, as a kid idea or a kid friendly idea. But
Yeah.
there's 13 of the Yule lads. That's in Iceland, and they take turns visiting children, leaving shoes in their bedrooms, and they drop off gifts to good kids. And if the kids have been bad, they leave a rotten potato
Wow.
instead of a gift for bad kids. I thought that was kind of cool. Their names are like the sausage snatcher or bowl liquor or spoon liquor. They have some strange names.
They are strange names.
Hmm. I didn't write their names down, but I'll probably bring it up on screen share here in a minute and like look at that more where you can see their names in the photo because it's a pretty cool photo. It has 13 different little like dwarf looking people in the photo. And then in La Befana, Italy, there was a tradition about a wine drinking witch that was called La Befana, La Befana. And they didn't celebrate it on Christmas, they celebrated it on Epiphany, which is on January 5th there. And they would leave out vino and a plate of sausage for her. Um, she's supposed to pop down the chimney on a broomstick, and it is also said in folklore that she had turned down an invitation from the three wise men to watch the birth of baby Jesus, and she was so upset about it that she rides around on her broomstick all over on Christmas looking for baby Jesus.
Who?
La Befana, a witch.
Wow.
Yeah, she rides around looking for baby Jesus, and she actually leaves presents. She leaves gifts for kids and coal for bad kids. So that's kind of cool because coal is a tradition
Mhm.
here to leave a lump of coal if you've been bad is a tradition with the Santa Claus belief or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that came from that or not, but that's pretty cool that she leaves lumps of coal for bad kids and presents for good kids in Italy. And you have Lucy or Lucy in Norway, St. Lucy Day, they celebrate. And I think they still currently celebrate this day in Norway, but it's different than the past tradition. The past tradition centuries ago was St. Lucy Day or Lucy's Night, was a night that evil spirits or demons rose up and they wandered the earth, and children had to be good. And to protect the home, the parents and the adults would put crosses on the outsides of their home to keep Lucy from entering the home.
Wow.
But nowadays, more current times, St. Lucia's Day or Lucy's Day is celebrated and represented by a beautiful woman that wears a white sash. Hey, Things Network. It says, hello, sisters. The Sanderson sisters. No. There it is. I thought that was her. It's Eileen. Do you want to tell about Krampus, the half goat demon?
Yeah. Yeah, talk about Krampus.
Hey, Greg.
So the Krampus is a figure in Central and Eastern Alpine folklore who, during Christmas season, scares children who have misbehaved. Assisting St. Nicholas, the pair visit children on the night of the 5th of December, with St. Nicholas rewarding the well behaved children and the modest gifts such as oranges, dried fruit, walnuts, chocolate. Barely behaved ones will receive punishment from Krampus, which bunch bunch rods.
Hmm.
So I guess Krampus so if you're bad, Krampus comes and he gives you, if the child's bad, Krampus comes and he'll snatch you up and throw you in his bag and take you away.
Yeah, and that's
Or
how
he'll send you, or he'll give you coal and you stockings. He's the bad Santa Claus.
like the anti Santa Claus or like the opposite of Santa Claus.
Right, right. He's like
I'm
the
gonna
opposite of Santa
pull
Claus.
up a thing about Krampus because I know I've seen a bunch of things about Krampus all over the place. Just to show a picture. Why was Krampus banned?
Krampus was banned.
I guess maybe the idea or the story of Krampus is a movie that was released in 2015. I've seen most of it. Guess there's two different Krampus movies because oh no, three. Krampus Origins, Krampus Unleashed, and Krampus the Christmas Devil.
Wow.
They're all released on different years, but this is like an older traditional photo of Krampus right here. And this is a kid he snatched up and put in a basket.
Yeah.
And there's other little kids that are running away from him. This is like when they have traditional like celebrations and they have people that dress up for like festivals and things like that. This is where they where'd it go?
He's a demonic half goat monster with horns and a long tongue. Wow.
Yeah, there's like I've seen several different like festivals and things that where they have like a Krampus a dressed person like a Krampus festival or in different countries usually and actually in Salem too. They have someone like this dressed up around different festive celebrations. Sometimes I think even around Halloween they have people dressed up like Krampus when they have like the witch festival and stuff.
Hmm.
I've seen photos of someone dressed like Krampus there in the area where they're doing the festival.
He carries a torch to whip bad children and sometimes a basket or sack for the kidnapping them.
Who is Krampus explaining Santa Claus's scary counterpart? There we go. Mythological Krampus is meant to whip children into being nice.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. See? This is like what I've seen before. Can you see it?
No.
Oh, you can't?
Mm-mm. Oh yeah. Wow. He mean. He looks mean.
What? They didn't give me an ad a second ago. That's no bueno. I should have waited until the ad was over. Three, two, one. All right. This is like a festival I've seen somewhere where they have people dressed up like this and they like walk around and do like a Krampus festival. Said to be the son of the Norse goddess, this Christmas devil comes to punish children who have misbehaved. I mean, I guess that'd be a good way to get your kids to behave all year.
Yeah, that's true.
Named from the word Krampen, meaning claw in Old German. Chains and birch sticks to whip children into shape. Birch twigs are used a lot in witchcraft and stuff in old Irish folklore and pagan and Viking folklore. Originally a pagan figure, Krampus was tied to Christian celebrations of St. Nicholas. Yeah. And see, he's like behind him. The two came to represent a balance between good and evil. That's really cool, like an interesting way to like describe it. Oh wow, those are some totally old school costumes. Yeah, it's like a Krampus festival in Austria, which is where it originated. The story originated from there. In Germany, it's in Krampuskarten or Krampus. Oh my god, look at the little girl. She's crying. I'm so sad. Anyway, that's Krampus. Then I'll look up the 13 lads. The Yule lads. I want to know what their names are. The 13 the Yule lads. What's their names?
You, the 13.
There. Yeah, they have different names, like they look German or Polish or something. But it's like the sheepcoat clod, the gollygawk, Stubby is one's name, spoon licker, pot scraper, bowl licker, door slammer,
Slammer.
Skyer gobbler. I don't know what that is. A
Me
skewer
neither.
gobbler. And that's probably like some kind of traditional like porridge or soup or dish native to where this originated from in Iceland, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's more names, but they all have like strange names, but they look like the Seven Dwarfs or something, you know. What is that? Oh wow. Who are the Icelandic trolls celebrated at Christmas? That's creepy. And the Yule lads. Terror is a slight exaggeration, but the concept of Santa in Iceland. 13 filthy trolls led by their mother, a child eating giantess named Grilla. I read that. It said the parents' names of them. Mývatn, North Iceland. Anyways, the mother of the trolls. Oh, wow. And the dad of the trolls. That's creepy. They look like trolls. And there's your Yule cat. It's like a demon cat. The Christmas cat does not just seek out those who have misbehaved, it happily preys on any child that did not get new clothes to wear for Christmas, which is crazy. It's also called the Yule cat.
That's, yeah.
That's another, like, I guess, folkloric entity or being or creature or monster. from Iceland, the Yule cat or the Christmas cat.
Wow.
One looked like me. Oh my gosh. She said one of those looked like me. I don't know.
I'm gonna go get some food.
What?
So there are legends about the stories behind things, like 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 I found some like the legend of the candy cane.
Oh yeah. What is
Like
that?
cane canes are favorites of Christmas decorations amongst kids. These red and white J-shaped candies are tasty too. It is said that their origin lives in an event in, oh my god, Colon Catria about 200 years ago. It's like, um,
Catalonia.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, because I saw some things from Catalonia that were some kind of like strange traditions. It was like I
Legends
didn't
of
write one down.
Christmas angels. There were two angel friends. One used to sunset pink robes, while the other used to adore himself with the blue sky robes. They were known for singing sweet duets about glory of God and playing on pure silver trumpets. That's what the legends of Christmas angels. What's that red flower? Placenta? Um,
Poinsett, Poinsett, Poinsettia,
perc- percent. Dr. Dr. Joe Percent, who
Poinsettia.
was ambassador, the first ambassador to Mexico, brought the bright red star flower to the United States. It was named as percent, percent how you say it?
Poinsettia.
Percenta.
Poinsettia.
Percenta. It is also known as the flame flower or the flower of the holy night.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. The flame flower or the flower of the holy night. I
Yeah.
do know that they're like used a lot. I feel like they're used not just around Christmas time, but they're used a lot in church stuff or something. I've seen them a lot in other for some other celebration purpose.
The legend of the Christmas spider. Long, long ago, on one Christmas Eve, the spiders were banished from homes while the houses were cleaned for Christmas and their webs were broken.
I saw that there's another place that celebrates spider webs. Ukraine, I think I want to say, celebrates some kind of spider web. It's probably something to do with that. Some kind of spider web folklore. And they dress like witches for Christmas.
They dress like what? Ooh,
Witches for
with
Christmas instead of
wow.
Santa or like angels or like reindeer. They dress like witches for Christmas. And they celebrate, they have some kind of spider web story that's a folklore
The
or a tale.
the
Huh?
wait a minute. The legend of Christmas stockings. In yet another version of the story of Saint Nicholas lies in the origin of tradition of washing the stockings on the night before Christmas and hanging them up on the windowsill so or near the hearth in the readiness to receive gifts from Santa Claus.
Yeah. I would like to know where all of these traditions came from, actually. Like, where did getting a tree and putting it up come from to put presents under? Why do we
That's
use
it.
a tree?
Yeah, I wondered that too.
And,
Where
like,
did
why
that
do we
come
have to
from?
decorate the trees? Like, what's just to make them pretty, I guess, to have something fun to look forward to and, like, something, nice to look forward to make it, I don't know, more of the feeling of Christmas, I guess. Or wrapping presents. I know that they used to wrap them in newspaper originally, like, the first presents I've seen, like, were wrapped in newspaper.
I
And now you
guess.
can buy
Yeah,
any kind of wrapping paper you can think of.
yeah, that's true. You can. Santa Claus. Christmas myths.
Saint Nick, the idea of Saint Nick or whatever, the myth of Saint Nick. Is there anything on there about that?
Saint Nick.
Saint Nicholas.
Santa Claus.
Hmm.
Santa Claus is a jolly man with red robes, having a long white beard. The real name of Santa Claus is Nicholas, born 2,000 years ago to wealthy parents in a small village in the country of Mara, Myra, today called as Turkey. Nicholas'
Hmm.
parents died while he was just a young boy. Nicholas went to this village, pe- preach, confessed his sins, and expressed his desire to help the poor. He wished to become a priest, but the priest knew Nicholas lacked the education necessary to become a priest. During this time, the bishop of the church passed away, and the authorities were guided by heavenly messengers to select the first person named Nicholas to walk through the doors of the church. And Nicholas had his miracle and was named the youngest bishop of the church ever on record. St. Nicholas became the champion of children and the needy. He was legendary for his kindness and generosity, and his legend only grew as the countries passed.
Hmm. That's interesting. When they had Charlie on yesterday, I was saying that he reminded me of Santa Claus. Like he was telling about letting kids come in and instead of like, just running around rampant, he was making like haunted houses and stuff at Waverly for them to come to.
Hmm.
Like he looks kind of like Santa Claus too, and then he would like wanted do something where kids could actually come and look at Waverly, but there was like function behind it. Like there was an actually like a thing organization to it. I guess. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
No, I thought you had something else you were fixing to read.
Well, it was because there's one about the Christmas trees. There
Yeah.
are many myths about the Christmas trees, but one of the first written references to a Christmas tree was made in 1605, where a visitor in Germany reported seeing a tree decorated with apples, colorful candy, roses, and thin wafers. Over the years, many different things were used to decorate Christmas trees. As the world moved into the 1900s, many trees were decorated with strings of popcorn, greeting cards and pictures, glitters, candy wraps, and color paper and glass balls. I guess that's where the decoration came from, right?
Yeah, that's cool. I haven't seen a tree decorated with a string of popcorn in a long time. I haven't even seen like a fake string
That's
of
something old.
popcorn. Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to try that next year, making a string of popcorn because I forgot people even did that.
Yep.
When I was younger, we used to take strips of green paper and red paper and cut them into thin, long strips and loop them to each other and make a chain that went around the trees.
Yeah, yeah. That was in school. We did that in school.
Yeah, yeah, and I think we did it at home too. That'd be cool just to teach your kids to do that stuff, though, especially if they're not really in school or not in school yet at all. The popcorn thing totally forgot about. Like you get a needle and you get fishing string or thread and you poke it through the popcorn and you just make a chain of it and you
Yep.
put it around the tree. Now, if you had pets, that's probably not a good idea.
Nope.
Or anything that might be attracted to the popcorn since it's food. That might not be a good idea. And then it said Lady and the Tramp it came out in 1955 and it was released on Christmas. And she was 3 months old. That's cool. That's one of my favorite movies of Disney.
I like watching Christmas Vacation.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you said that. I've seen that twice today. And I've
I
seen
see it
it.
like twice a day, every day so
No,
far.
we do too. That's crazy. No, I'm not kidding. I even got Piper a Christmas shirt and it has Chevy Chase getting electrocuted on it for
Oh,
her to wear
really?
on Christmas. Yeah, it's like him going, where he's getting electrocuted in his Santa suit. I bought that
Hmm.
for her to wear on Christmas because there was having half off Christmas shirts one day, like Black Friday or Cyber Monday, and I got me a Grinch one I wore yesterday to a party, and not this one. This was my mom's, but then I got her that one of Chevy Chase. It's a tie-dyed shirt with him being electrocuted, just like on the cover of that movie, because we watched that movie so much. It's crazy. She hadn't seen it until this year, but I grew up watching that movie on Thanksgiving. When we were sitting around waiting for the food to finish cooking, or while we were sitting around eating it, we were either watching a ball game or that movie. And on
Yep.
Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, we were sitting around watching that movie. So I
Watching
grew up,
football.
yeah, I grew up in a household with a lot of kids. So I feel like the traditions that you did that weren't as costly were the most rewarding, most memorable, and like just the most, I don't know, the best memories.
Yep.
Sitting around yelling at
Yes.
each other, eating food, wrapping, opening presents, and watching Christmas Vacation.
Yep.
Or that one, what's it called? A Christmas Story?
Because yeah,
Yeah.
I never saw it before until Howard said watch it, and I was like, no, I don't want to
Yeah.
watch that. And when I watched it, I liked it. I was like, wow, okay, I like it. It's cool. I like Scrooge.
See, I don't even know if I'm sure I've seen that, but if I did, it was a while back. I don't even remember
It's
how
about the
long ago.
three the three ghosts the three ghosts
Oh,
that
yeah.
comes and
A
visit.
Christmas Carol. There's a Scrooged one. It's got Bill Murray, right?
Yep, I like
Is
the
it?
one with Bill Murray.
Okay. Yeah. I
Both
don't
of them's
know.
good.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I saw that, but I think I would when well, I did when I was younger. Yeah, the older Christmas had the best memories. Yes, I agree. Because now it's like everything is just like it's not the same. I don't know, but I do want to like try my hardest to instill those kind of memories and those kind of traditions in my kids so that they won't ever die. You know, I'm watching Christmas Vacation. Today we watched it with the commentary, and it had all the actors in it talking about what was actually going on while they were filming that part of the movie and that scene in the movie. It was pretty cool.
Even though I watched it a million times, I still sit there and laugh at it.
I know. It's just like who else could actually complain about Christmas after you watch that movie?
I know. I
Oh,
know.
I remember my candy apple red bike. I know they have a lot. I've seen some wagon stuff this year too. The red is it Radio Flyer wagons? I've seen some stuff with wagons, and it makes me like think about when I was a kid about wagons and red wagons were a big deal, and now I don't know. You just don't see them as often anymore. You see Tonka trucks or like Jeeps and stuff. You don't see little red wagons because I guess they're not as cool because they're just simple. But to
Yeah.
me, the simple things break. They're harder to break.
Yeah.
They last longer and they're easier to fix too, and they're cheaper. And they're going to be more now than they used to be. Like a bike, she said her candy apple red bike. Yeah, bicycles when you were younger were like they were just like you were the if you didn't have a bike you weren't one of the cool kids.
Yeah.
Or a wagon, a red wagon.
I don't know. I never had a red rag.
What do you say?
He said, how's Lincoln doing?
Good. He's been playing with army men all day. We went to that Christmas party and he got a big old bucket of army men with tanks and they came with tents and these little barrels. I mean, it was like a legit. You can set up a whole like a war zone with these army men and this stuff that they came with tanks and fences and boulders and all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool. That's what he got for his present, and then a big bucket of popcorn, and he's been eating on that with the different kinds of popcorn in it.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah,
Usually Howard gets a couple of them. Sits there and eats it.
yeah. We've been through a lot of popcorn. Like they had these big deals of popcorn in the stocking stuffer area at Target, and we bought several of those, and one's almost gone. It's cinnamon roll popcorn, and then we got sea salt and dark chocolate, sea salt caramel and dark chocolate popcorn, and that one's almost gone. And then you can buy these small bags at the dollar store, and they're like $1. and they are perfect stocking stuffers, and they are a mix of cheddar popcorn with caramel corn together, and that's like the best thing ever. If you ever haven't tried it, you should try it. The mixture of the cheddar popcorn being cheesy and then the caramel popcorn being sweet and more crunchy. Oh my gosh, it's like the perfect.
I'm a cheese person. I like the cheese.
You like cheese?
Yeah.
If I had a red trike, I would turn it over and pretend it was an ice cream machine. That's so funny. I love that.
Yep.
My dad used to wait in line to get me a holiday Barbie every year. I used to collect Barbies. I still have a lot of them, and Piper has a lot of dolls that she's had since she was a baby. I had kids, and he kept trying to buy me more, and I collected Barbies when I got older. I have a holiday Barbie. It's a Christmas Barbie somewhere. Remember stringing popcorn on a tree? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. And I was like, man, I wish I would have done that this year. I didn't think about doing that, but I would like to teach my kids to do that. We did make homemade shirts, though. Piper made a homemade sweater that she wore to the party last night, and she made her brother a homemade T-shirt with the Grinch on it that he wore to that party last night. And the last day he was at school, he wore that to school. And we made him a gingerbread man
I
shirt.
saw that shirt on him. You had that picture on Facebook. I liked it. I was like, wow, I like that shirt.
Yeah, Piper made that. Me and her, my mom made him some shirts. See, you know what? We didn't do Christmas cookie exchange, which I did bring some to the party last night. We made homemade ornaments out of it's like a cookie dough recipe, but it's salt
Hmm.
instead of sugar. And we made homemade ornaments. And you bake them, you cut them out with cookie cutters, then you paint them. You have to make a hole in them with a straw so you can string
Hmm.
them. And then you paint them. And I made some Jack Skellington ones and like a pumpkin king one and some bats and some witch hats. And we made stockings and snowmen. That's kind of cool. That's a cool tradition, Dawn. And we made like a Christmas trees and snowmen and what else was there? Ghosts. We made ghosts. Lincoln wanted to make ghosts, ghost ornaments, and cats, kitty cats, and dogs that look like poodles. He wanted to make those ones for his nanny. She likes poodles, and she has a bunch of poodles. Getting a Barbie, any
Yes.
Barbie is
I never
cool.
had no traditions like that growing up.
Did you know what?
No.
We all make three different kinds of cookies and do that's cool. That's the Christmas cookie exchange. I like that. Nah, we were supposed to do that too. A hang from the chandelier, but the kids are not into this year. Youngest is 14, oldest is 26.
Hang from a chandelier.
I don't know if she means she hangs the homemade ornaments from a chandelier,
Oh, maybe that's
maybe,
what
or she hangs from a
hangs from a
chandelier.
chandelier.
I would. That'd be cool though. I'll just decorate anything if I see like the light when you walk out the door that looks just plain. Your porch light, hang stuff off of it.
One thing I remember is like on Christmas Eve, everybody came to my mom's house to open presents. That's it.
Hmm.
There's we never had no tradition. I'm a sad person.
Like you didn't have a food that y'all ate together every year on Christmas or
What?
anything.
Everybody eats turkey. Ain't none, I mean,
Mm. Well, not everybody. I know a lot of people that do a taco bar or something like that on Christmas instead. And I've actually heard a lot more people talk about it this year than any other year doing tacos on Christmas or a taco bar instead because we almost did that. We were almost going to do that this year. And I was like, I don't really want to change the traditional things that we eat. Honestly, I want to have the same food that we have. We can make tacos anytime and have a
yeah.
taco party any day of the year, but you only get twice a year that you have on Thanksgiving and Christmas that you have a ham and a turkey and, all that same comfort foods, I guess you'd call it.
My comfort food is macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. Macaroni and cheese is good.
Baked macaroni and cheese. That's my comfort.
Lincoln will sometimes just eat macaroni and cheese.
I love
But we like to make it
it.
fancy sometimes. Sometimes we'll put bell peppers in it or onions in it or cut up. I put like when I was a kid, we did this and I still do it for Lincoln and put hot dogs in it. Cut up hot dogs and put in it, or little smokies and put in it.
I just like all the cheese in it. More cheese, the merrier.
But she said you can never go wrong with tacos, though.
No.
I will say it's a lot less work to make tacos, and it's a lot less stuff to figure out where it's going to go afterwards and to put up. But you're not going to have as many leftovers unless you make a lot of taco stuff.
I don't think we're making that much this year. I mean, for Christmas, like we did for Thanksgiving, Howard, we had too much. It was just the three of us.
Leftovers, yeah.
Yeah, it was just the three of us.
Yeah, we've been reading some Christmas books. I have a Snoopy Christmas book that we've been reading. And then God Made Puppies. We've been reading that. That has nothing to do with Christmas, but I mean, it kind of does because, it's talking about God making
Hmm.
puppies and, the holiday, the tradition of Christmas is celebrating Jesus. So we even got the two oldest their own book when they moved out. How cute. The night before Christmas. Yeah, we were starting to read something like that. And Lincoln, he likes he likes the Snoopy book and then the God Made Puppies book and Polar Bear. Polar Bear, what do you see? We've been reading that. Ham and turkey sliders. That sounds good. That's a cool way to twist having ham and turkey.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
cool. Yeah. And then, you might not have to make all of that same stuff. And you're still kind of using the rolls. You could put mac and cheese on them if you wanted to, if you like mac and cheese or mashed potatoes and gravy on them, make them into almost like a KFC thing.
Hmm. There's one more legend I want to read.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
Chris. Oh man,
Yeah.
let me go back.
Read it.
It's
Hey,
the
you can read
Christmas
more if you want.
bell. It's the Christmas bell. People gather to seek the blessing of the newborn Jesus. A little boy wanted to meet the baby Jesus but couldn't find his way. He later heard the tinkling of a cow's bell, and he followed the tinkling bell to meet the holy Jesus. I guess that's where the bells come in at, huh?
Okay. Yeah. When you said the Christmas bell, I was like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Where did that come from? And then, like, I don't know, there's so many traditions that I wonder about, like mistletoe. Why is mistletoe a Christmas thing? Is it because of where it grows or what time of year that it grows or it's more popular? Yeah, I kind of agree with her.
What?
But it depends on if there's like a death in the family. Because when my papa passed away, we changed everything being at my grandma's and didn't do as many Christmases at her house. And then we started doing more stuff at my mom's. And then when my stepdad passed away, this is the first year that everyone has felt like doing Christmas at her house this year because I don't know what it is. If it's just people that they don't want to, they have to kind of do a little bit of healing first before they're all around each other, or it's just not the same because that person was the glue of the family or the head of the household, and they just don't all feel gravitated back for the same reasons after that happens. I don't know. What else you got?
Nothing yet. I was looking for the mistletoe. You had me curious on that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wonder. I don't know. I just always wondered why mistletoe. If you don't find something, I can do a screen share of it real quick and pull it up. Here you go. I didn't know it had to do something with I read one time because they put it on grave sites and holly too, holly with berries. The plant's romantic overtones most likely started with the Celtic Druids in the first century AD. Became because mistletoe could blossom even during the frozen winter. I thought it had something to do with its surviving the cold. The Druids came to view it as a sacred symbol of vivacity, and they administered it to humans and animals alike in the hope of restoring fertility. So, did they eat it, or they just gave it to them? I wonder. For fertility.
Wow. I,
I mean, they do have songs about that too. Songs
what?
about kissing under the mistletoe.
Yeah. Also, it says the tradition of kissing under the mistletoe started in ancient Greece
Really?
during the festival and later in marriage ceremonies because of the plant's association with fertility.
Fertility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the Roman eras, enemies at war would recon- recon-
Reconcile?
reconcile their differences under the mistletoe, which to them represent peace.
That's cool. Yeah, I had looked at one time we did an investigation somewhere, and there were some grave sites that had animal shaped holly bundles, or like holly and berries that was sculptured into the shape of like a horse or a cat. And I looked up why that people had put those on their loved ones' graves or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it was a Christmas tradition, and it was around this time of year that people put those things on their loved ones' graves. They put them on there, and it was started in Ireland, or it was a Viking. Um, started the Vikings started it.
Uh-huh.
All that fertility business. Charles said mistletoe is really a tree fungus. That's funny. Yeah, I guess it is.
it says why do you hang up mistletoes and where did the idea come from? Ancient Norwegian,
Norwegian.
yep, and Scandinavian tales
Mhm.
agree that mistletoes has meanings of love and friendship. It is said that the mistletoe's white berries are tears that the goddess of love called Frigg cried
Frey. Oh
Frigg
wait,
Frigg Frigg cried for
Frigga.
her son Belor, and that she announced that the mistletoe should be a plant of love.
Oh, that's neat.
I might have said one or two names wrong, but
I would first look up what happens if you eat mistletoe, Linda, because it could have something in it like acorns and stuff that you need to actually extract before you ate it. I don't know. I'm not. I might be wrong. It might not. You might could just chew on it like a lot of other things.
I don't know. Can mistletoe be eat? I thought that was a plant.
Yeah, it is a plant, and it is a fungus. And she said, Eileen said it's funny how stockings started because they were drying them by the fire.
Yep.
And then they, I guess, started to just put stuff in them and fill huge ones up. Yeah, and now it's a worldwide symbol, or I would think a worldwide symbol of Christmas for mistletoe recipe first before eating it. Yeah, I'm gonna look up holly and berries. Why is it
Maybe holly and berries you can eat.
holly and berry garlands, holly and berry sprinkles on graves? I want to know why they put them on graves. I can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of photos of them being on graves. Holly berries, the winter pine cemetery grave, tombstone saddle. No, I don't want to know where I can buy one. Why do people put pennies on graves? Why do people? What do you? What do you put on the grave in the winter? Typically, arrangements cover holiday themed ribbons and flowers. No. Poinsettias, holly bushes. I think holly bushes is also they might do it in the winter also because it's like mistletoe and it can survive the cold weather.
Hmm.
Holly and berries can survive the colder temperatures outside. What is that noise? It's an Australian tradition on that one. Well, when I had looked it up before, it was either Nordic, Celtic, or a Viking tradition to put holly and berries on your loved ones' grave sites for Christmas. How to make a Christmas grave blanket using pine cones, holly berries, and greenery. That's cool. Yeah, it's just wanting to sell me stuff. I feel like everywhere I go, I am being fed stuff through the internet to try to buy. They're trying to get me to buy stuff, and I get nope. Christmas is too close. I don't have time to order anything, guys. It's not going to get here before Christmas now. Unless it's local and I can go pick it up, you know.
You finished with your Christmas shopping?
Yeah, I'm finished. I mean, I can always still buy more stuff, but I've got everything that I wanted to get. What about everybody else? Are y'all finished with your Christmas shopping? Boys heard reindeer bells on one Christmas. They ran into wake their oldest brother up. My oldest said, "It's Christmas. You can get the best of both worlds: sleep in and presents. Do you think Santa is coming back to get presents if you don't wake up?" It's funny. Like if you don't wake up, he's going to come back and take them back, or they're going to disappear.
Yeah, if they
There's
don't get
also
up.
crime was really high in the past. I don't know how it is now around Christmas time, of houses getting broken into and thieves and burglars stealing Christmas presents
Hmm.
from people because I guess they know that they're there and they know that everyone mostly does that. At least here in the United States, they're going to have a tree with a lot of presents underneath it. I mean, look at Home Alone.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
going
I was
around
just about ready to
neighborhoods.
say that. I was just about Home
Yeah,
Alone.
they were going around neighborhoods looking for things to steal while people were out of town for Christmas or for the holidays. And they were just looking for anything to steal, I think. They weren't just looking for presents. It was
Yep,
just a time of year when people go out of town.
they were looking for the stuff inside the house.
Yeah.
So you have a 5-year-old. Do you do Elf on the Shelf?
Yep.
You do.
And he has assistants too. There's an elf we named him Elfie. And I don't remember if we stuck to some names for his two friends or not, but I found two more elves that were like a knockoff version basically of
Hmm.
him so that they could be on the lookout also when the elf on the shelf might be sleeping or might be in the other room. You can put
Yes.
more lookouts in different rooms.
Oh wow. When my kids were growing up, they didn't have that. I thought that was cool when that came out. Elf on the Shelf. I wish I had that when my kids were young.
I know. We just had belts, belts, fly sweaters, and switches.
My kids were good. Though. I should have it for my grandkids. That's what I should have it for.
Yeah.
Dakota. Have it for Dakota.
Is that the one that Howard was telling me is about? He's about the same age as Lincoln, and he's gotten in trouble at school. Is that the one?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe someday they could meet each other.
He's 3. He'll be 4
Okay.
in April. But he looks like he's 5. He's so tall.
Yeah. Yeah. If this one that I've seen in some of the pictures that I've seen y'all post, he does look older than three.
Yes. He
That's crazy. He
does.
does. He doesn't look 3.
No, he don't. He's bigger than anybody in his class, so I guess he thinks he's the bully.
Wilbert is our elf. It's a That's a cool name. That's a unique
Robert
name.
is oh yeah, that is a cool name.
Hey, Beth Allen. I can't see you, but I see that Eileen said hello, so you must be here. Thank you, everybody. We're not going to see you guys again on Hey Boo until the day after Christmas. So, everybody, I hope you all have a good
And
Christmas.
then I asked you because we're gonna have Ane on next week.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as she's cool with that still, I don't care. That's fine with me.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, she had sent me a message before I started the show, so I haven't answered her back yet. So if you want me to, I'll double check with her and make sure she's still going to be on so I can advertise it. That's
And
funny.
hopefully Eileen will feel better. Feel better, Eileen. Get better.
Come on, Eileen.
Yep.
I used to be a horrible mom. I'd wrap empty boxes and put under the tree before Christmas when my kids gonna get in trouble. I'd throw one of them in a fire to keep them in line. That's so funny. So I mean, actually, that's not like a bad tactic. I don't think. Yeah, you need to rest up because you got to feel good on Christmas, anyways, lady. Because you'll have stuff to do on that day, I'm sure. Christmas Eve too.
Yep.
So, and you got to get ready to protect yourself against Krampus and those other, what was it?
I think
Lucy,
Krampus is coming to my over here to my house.
St. Lucy. Everyone, thanks for joining. Whoever came on tonight and was talking with us. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, and from now on, we'll be doing it at 6 o'clock instead. Hey, that's all right. Have a good night and have a Merry Christmas, Beth Allen. And
Everybody have
Happy
a
New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, and a Happy New Year in case we don't
Yep.
see you before then. If
Yep.
you see us next Sunday, though, on A will be on.
Yep.
I'm going to double check with her and make sure, and then we'll put it
Okay.
out sometime this week.
Okay.
Awesome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you guys for watching. They're mostly ladies. Have a good night.
Good night.